Imagine your legs, once like mighty pillars, now gradually weakening. This is sarcopenia, a sneaky loss of muscle mass that often picks up speed after age 60. It can actually start as early as your 30s, but after 60, it can feel like a runaway train, potentially stealing up to 30% of your muscle strength by the time you're in your 80s if you don't actively fight back. You might notice thinner thighs, calves that feel like they're giving way, and a general feeling of heaviness after even a short walk. Standing up from a comfortable chair or climbing stairs can become a real chore. But there's good news. You absolutely can rebuild lost muscle. Simple exercises like chair squats, leg lifts, or using resistance bands can breathe new life into your muscles. Make sure you're feeding them well with protein from lean meats, eggs, fish, and nuts, and even a short 10-minute walk each day can make a difference. Your legs aren't gone, they're just waiting for you to call them back to strength. And if you're enjoying learning about ways to stay strong and healthy, consider sticking around for more insights and updates. Now, let's explore the first reason why your legs might be weakening: sedentary shadows, the sitting trap. It's easy to think of sitting as just a harmless break, but it can actually be a cunning enemy, quietly diminishing your vitality with every hour you spend inactive. Picture this: you're settled into your favorite recliner, the cushion's perfectly molded to your shape after years of use, or you're sitting at the kitchen table, a lukewarm mug of coffee in your hands as the morning fades into the afternoon. Maybe you're at a desk, your shoulders hunch, your eyes glued to a screen that never stops demanding your attention. The clock keeps ticking, and beneath the surface of your stillness, something not so good is happening. Your muscles, which were once strong and ready, the powerhouses behind every step you took, start to break down. It's not a sudden event, but a gradual fading, like the threads of an old tapestry slowly unraveling. Your joints can also become stiff, as if invisible wrist has crept into their gears, making them creaky and resistant to movement. After 60, the stakes get higher. Each day you spend sitting is a day your legs sink further into the shadows, a place where strength fades, balance becomes unsteady, and the vibrant energy of movement grows faint. You might already be noticing the warning signs. They might show up in the mornings and evenings like unwanted guests. There's that stubborn stiffness when you first get up, a grin escaping your lips as your knees protest the change from rest to activity. You might feel it in the shakiness of your steps, a moment of uncertainty as you walk across the floor as if your legs are doubting their own ability. Maybe it's the way your calves tighten halfway up the stairs, or the subtle ache that lingers after a day spent being too still. It's not just physical either. It's a quiet loss of confidence, a nagging thought that asks, is this all there is left? Your legs, those reliable partners that once carried you through muddy trails, danced with you across crowded dance floors, or lifted you onto the back of a horse, are now fading, retreating into a haze of inactivity. But here's the strong, undeniable truth: you don't have to be a prisoner of this fate. The sedentary shadows may have cast their net, but you have the power to break free, to step back into the light where your body remembers what it's meant to do. Start with a small spark, just 5 minutes of resistance against the pull of inactivity. Imagine yourself walking down the driveway to get the mail, the sound of the gravel crunching under your feet, a light breeze on your face as your legs wake up from the slumber. Or stand in the kitchen, a song playing on the radio. Maybe it's Elvis, maybe it's Ella, and let your hips sway, your feet tap, and your shoulders loosen as the music moves you. Reach up toward the ceiling, slowly and deliberately, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings, the lengthening of your spine, the gentle rush of blood flowing through your limbs again. These aren't huge gestures. They are small acts of rebellion, seeds planted in the soil of your determination. And from there, let them grow. Build a daily walk into your routine. Start with just 10 minutes. Feel the sun warm on your neck, the rhythm of your steps matching your breathing. Then go a little further, around the block, down to the park, past the neighbor's blooming roses. Each step is a small victory, or turn it into something more. A wild, free dance in the privacy of your living room. Put on the old vinyl record of Bruce Springsteen or sway to the sound of a country song, letting your arms swing, your knees bend, and your heart beat faster. Maybe you grab a broom as a dance partner, twirling it with a grin, or coax a grandchild to join you, their laughter mixing with your own as you move in circles. It doesn't have to be perfect, just alive. Stay your spirit, shake off the cobwebs, and remind your legs of all the stories they've carried you through. They were made for this, for movement, for carrying you across the earth, for lifting you out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. Think of all the miles they've traveled, the dusty roads of your youth, the polished floors of celebrations, the steep climbs of challenges. Don't let them forget how. Don't let the sitting trap tighten its grip until those memories are all that's left. This is your call to action, not with a grand display, but with a steady beat of your own will. Movement is your weapon, your shield, your reclamation. The shadows may loom, but they're no match for the fire you can still ignite. Step into it. Move. Live. If you're still finding this information helpful, let's continue to explore more reasons why your legs might be weakening. Thank you for investing your time in learning more about how to stay strong and healthy. Now, let's move on to reason number 2, bone-dry dehydration and its sneaky toll. Picture this, you're partway through your day. Maybe you've enjoyed a brisk walk, climbed a flight of stairs, or simply been moving around the kitchen while dinner simmers. Suddenly, your legs feel like they're rebelling. They feel as heavy as if they'd been forged in a blacksmith's fire, dragging with every step. Your knees feel wobbly, your calves tighten up, and a dull, unexplained heaviness settles in. You stop wondering what's gone wrong. The answer might be creeping through your body right now unnoticed and slowly doing its damage: dehydration. It's not a loud enemy. There are no crashing cymbals or ominous sounds to announce its arrival. Instead, it's a silent saboteur sneaking into your system like a thief in the night, stealing strength from your muscles, clouding your circulation, and leaving you stuck in a swamp of exhaustion. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a series of subtle problems. Dehydration doesn't shout for attention, it whispers. And that's what makes it so dangerous. As we get older, the risks increase and the situation becomes more complex. Remember when you were younger and thirst would hit you suddenly? You'd drink water from the garden hose or gulp down a glass of ice-cold water without even thinking about it. But as time passes, those instincts can become less reliable. The body's thirst signals, once clear and strong, fade into a faint murmur, easily ignored amidst the distractions of daily life. Scientists call it a blunted hypothalamic response, which means the brain's hydration alarm gets lazy as you age. It's as if the connections get crossed, the volume gets turned down, leaving you thirsty without even realizing it. Then there are the accomplices, everyday things that team up to make the problem worse. Diuretics are the ringleaders, and they're more common than you might realize. That morning espresso you enjoy actually flushes water out of your system as fast as it perks you up. Many prescription medications for blood pressure or heart conditions also act like fluid bandits, sending you to the bathroom more often than your body can keep up. Even that glass of wine you sip at dinner to relax joins the heist. Had a hot summer day, with sweat dripping down your forehead and evaporating before you can blink, and the losses adds up. Or maybe it's winter, and the dry heat blasting from your radiator sucks moisture from your skin and lungs like a greedy sponge. Air conditioning does the same thing. Modern life, it turns out, is a hydration minefield. The damage is constant, a slow unraveling of your body's machinery. Water isn't just a nice thing to have, it's essential for your muscles, the lubricant for your circulatory system, and the carrier that brings oxygen to every cell. If you don't get enough, the system starts to break down. Your blood thickens, becoming more like a sluggish creek than a flowing river, struggling to deliver nutrients and remove waste. Muscles that don't have enough fluid lose their elasticity. They tighten, twitch, and cramp, like ropes pulled too tight. Fatigue settles over you, heavy as a wet wool blanket, while weakness creeps into your legs, turning what were once sturdy pillars into shaky supports. I experienced this myself last summer. After a long day in the sun, forgetting to bring my water bottle, I collapsed onto the couch, my legs throbbing, amazed at how something so basic could knock me flat. The symptoms don't stop there. Your brain can also become foggy. Your thoughts scatter like leaves in the wind because dehydration doesn't just affect your body, it also clouds your mind. You might feel dizzy, a subtle reminder of how interconnected everything is. And those cramps aren't random, they're your muscles screaming for help, seizing up in protest. I've seen it happen to others too. A friend of mine was hiking and she suddenly grabbed her calf, confused, until we realized that she'd skipped drinking water for hours, thinking that coffee would keep her going. But here's the good news, the solution is as simple as it is effective. Drink. Not just when you're gasping for air, not just when your tongue feels like sandpaper, but all day, every day, with intention. Water is your hero, humble and unassuming, yet incredibly powerful. Turn it into a habit, a quiet act of resistance against dehydration's grip. Keep a bottle on your desk, a glass by the sink, a pitcher in the fridge. Make it so easy to reach that you can't say no. Sip steadily, not in frantic gulps, letting it soak into your system like rain on dry ground. And why stop at plain water? Add some flavor to make it more appealing. Squeeze in a bit of lemon, its tartness waking up your senses. Slice a cucumber for a cool, spa-like flavor. Toss in a sprig of mint or a few crushed berries. These little additions can turn hydration into a treat. Better yet, explore nature's pantry. Bite into a slice of watermelon, juice dripping down your chin, delivering water and sweetness in equal measure. Peel an orange, each section a tiny reservoir of liquid gold. Or crunch into an apple, crisp and subtly hydrating. Grapes, strawberries, a wedge of honeydew, each piece provides both fuel and fluid, a delicious 1-2 punch against dehydration. Staying hydrated is more than just surviving. It's the spark that keeps your legs energized, the unseen force that clears the fog and restores you stride. It's the difference between struggling through your day and charging through it, head held high, legs steady. I learned this the hard way. After that summer incident, I started carrying water with me everywhere, treating it like a lifeline. Now my legs feel lighter, and my energy is more consistent. So don't wait for thirst to sound the alarm. It's a poor messenger. Raise that glass, take that sip, and reclaim the power that dehydration stole. Your body will thank you with every revitalized step, and you'll wonder why you ever let yourself get so depleted. If you're still finding this video helpful and informative, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and let's continue on to the next reason why your legs might be weakening. Thank you for your valuable time and attention. Let's move on to reason number 3, mineral mayhem, or electrolyte imbalance. Imagine this scene: you're sound asleep, drifting through dreams, when suddenly a vicious cramp grabs your leg like a thief in the night. Your calf muscles tense into a rock-hard knot. Your toes curl involuntarily, and your entire lower leg trembles as if caught in a storm, like leaves shaky in a relentless wind. You jolt awake, clutching at the affected muscle, wondering what forces turned your peaceful sleep into a battlefield. The answer lies in the quiet struggle of 2 tiny titans, potassium and magnesium, the unsung heroes of your body's complex muscle system. When these minerals drop below a certain level, chaos can break out, and your legs are often the first to feel it. Low potassium can be a sneaky and quick saboteur. This key electrolyte controls the delicate balance of muscle contraction and relaxation, sending electrical signals through your nerves like a conductor leading an orchestra. When potassium is low, these signals can misfire, and spasms can erupt like rogue sparks. Your legs might feel shaky and weak, and even standing can feel like a risky gamble. Magnesium, potassium's reliable partner, is just as important. It's the guardian of calm, the mineral that prevents your muscles from twitching like a puppet with frayed strings. Without enough magnesium, fatigue can sink deep into your bones. Your limbs can feel heavy, and a strange, restless tremor can take hold, a silent signal from a body that's been pushed too far. So, who or what is behind this mineral mayhem? Dehydration is often the main culprit, quietly draining your reserves as you sweat on a humid day, forget to drink water during a busy afternoon, or push through a workout without refueling. Medications can also play a villainous role. Diuretics, those helpful pills prescribed to get rid of excess fluid, can sometimes overdo it, sweeping potassium and magnesium out of your system in a wave of unintended consequences. Or maybe the problem is closer to home, a diet that's too bland, too lacking in the vibrant foods that are rich in these essential minerals. Processed snacks and empty calories might fill your stomach, but they leave your cells craving the raw materials they need. But don't worry, relief is within reach, and it can be delicious. To boost your potassium levels, turn to nature's bounty. Sink your teeth into a ripe, golden banana, its creamy sweetness a promise of potassium. Cut into a juicy orange, its tartness delivering a burst of vitality. Or load up your plate with spinach, those deep green leaves offering earthy strength. Magnesium needs its champions too. Grab a handful of almonds, their satisfying crunch a jackpot of minerals. Indulge in the rich, bittersweet pleasure of dark chocolate, a treat with a purpose. Or enjoy the simple, wholesome goodness of beans, a quiet powerhouse in every bite. But don't stop there. Water is essential for this restoration. Drink it with enthusiasm, allowing it to carry those precious minerals through your veins, washing away the dryness that started the chaos. For a midnight rescue when cramps strike, turn your bathroom into a sanctuary with an Epsom salt bath. Imagine it, a steaming tub, the air filled with a faint mineral scent as you dissolve those crystals into the water. Sink in slowly, letting the warmth surround you, and feel your muscles relax as magnesium soaks through your skin, a gentle tide calming the storm within. Add a drop of lavender oil if you feel like it. Your senses will thank you just as much as your legs will. This isn't just a quick fix, it's a ritual, a regaining of peace. Don't let your body suffer from a lack of these vital minerals. Equip yourself with these tiny heroes and stride confidently into your day. Cramps be gone. Now, let's move on to reason number 4, backstabbed by your spine, sciatica and herniated discs. Your lower back is a key part of your body's structure, the steady anchor that influences every step, every jump, every quiet moment of rest. But when it causes problems, the pain can be intense, and your legs, which rely on the spine, often feel the effects the most. A herniated disc, spinal stenosis, with the gradual wear and tear from years of slouching over laptops, steering wheels, or smartphones can turn this once reliable support into a source of nerve pain. The result can be a range of painful symptoms. Sharp, searing pains can shoot down from your lower back to your toes. Creeping numbness can wrap around your calves, or your leg might suddenly give way while you're walking. Have you ever felt that distinct sciatic pain? It could feel like a fire racing down one side of your body, a constant electric current that makes walking a challenge. Or maybe you've noticed your foot dragging, or your knee buckling under weight. These are signs that your spine is in trouble, its nerves compressed and crying out for relief. A herniated disc might be the main cause. Imagine a spinal cushion, once soft and flexible, now bulging out like an overstuffed suitcase, pressing against the sensitive nerve roots until they ache. Spinal stenosis, on the other hand, happens slowly, narrowing the bony tunnels of your vertebrae over time until the nerves are squeezed. Their signals become mixed up and their cries are ignored. Or perhaps the reason is simpler. Years of hunching forward, with your head down looking at the screen, have caused your spine to slowly collapse. There might be many reasons for the pain, but you're not helpless. You can fight back with care and awareness. Start with gentle stretches. Each one is a small act of defiance against the pain. Lie on your back and bring your knees to your chest, hugging them close to relax your lower spine. Sit up straight and twist your body gently, placing one hand on your knee and the other reaching back to help improve your mobility. Or support your lower back with a firm cushion whenever you sit, a way to protect against slouching. These aren't just exercises, they're commitments to your body. But movement is your greatest weapon. Staying still only makes things worse. Get up from your chair every 30 minutes, even if it's just to walk around the room or stretch your arms overhead, allowing your spine to breathe and your blood to flow. Imagine a quick walk around your living room, a moment to stand tall and roll your shoulders back, shaking off the weight of inactivity. If you're able, add a daily walk, even just 10 or 20 minutes, to build strength in your core. Support your spine in other ways, too. Trade your old office chair for one with good lumbar support, or place a roll towel behind your back when you're stuck in a less comfortable seat. Sleep is also important. Lie on your side with a pillow between your knees to align your hips and reduce strain on your spine. A healthy spine isn't just a structural marvel, it's freedom. It lifts your legs from pain, stabilizes your walk, and lifts your mood with every pain-free step. Take care of it with patience, strengthen it with movement, and protect it with support. Because when your spine is healthy, your whole body is able to move with ease. If you're still finding this video helpful, please let me know by leaving a comment below, and thank you for your continued attention. Let's move on to reason number 5, nerve whispers or peripheral neuropathy. Have you ever stopped to listen to your legs, only to hear them telling you things you can't quite understand? It might start as a slight tingle, a prickling feeling, like tiny sparks of static electricity dancing across your skin, or a low buzz that vibrates through your shins and calves as if they're filled with restless energy. Sometimes it's a slow, burning sensation, a heat that flickers without a visible flame, or a creeping numbness that wraps your feet in a strange cottony fog, making every step feel like you're walking on damp sponges. This is peripheral neuropathy, a condition where the nerves, those complex messengers sending signals between your brain and body, start to fray, misfire, and fall silent. It's a problem that affects many people, and its impact can worsen, especially when conditions like diabetes or nutritional deficiencies cast a shadow over your health. Think of high blood sugar as a relentless attacker, slowly damaging your nerve endings, wearing them down over time until they are weak and raw. Or imagine a shortage of vitamin B12 as a cruel famine, depriving those delicate fibers of the nutrients they need, leaving them fragile and struggling. The consequences are more than just discomfort. If you ignore these warnings, your body can start to fail you. Your balance can become unsteady as damaged nerves struggle to communicate where your feet are in relation to the ground. Each step becomes a risk, and the possibility of a fall becomes more real, turning the ground from a safe surface into a threat. A simple stumble could lead to a bruised hip, a fractured wrist, or worse, a decline in health that's difficult to recover from. But you're not helpless in this quiet battle. You can protect your nerves with plenty of B12-rich foods. Think of eggs with their golden yolks, a gift to your body, or creamy dairy products like yogurt and cheese, smooth and strengthening. Fill your plate with leafy greens, spinach, kale, and chard, their deep green colors promising vitality with every bite. Keep your blood sugar in check by avoiding sugary snacks and sodas, and choosing instead steady, grounding foods like whole grains and legumes that don't cause your glucose to spike. And alcohol should be treated with caution. Too much can worsen the damage, poisoning already fragile nerves. When you feel tingling or burning, try a curling routine, a soothing leg massage, using your hands or asking a loved one to bring warmth and life back into those tired limbs, encouraging the nerves to wake up. Imagine the tension easing, the buzzing softening as circulation improves. Elevate your legs on a pillow when you rest, allowing gravity to reduce the strain. If the numbness persists or sharp pains start to occur, don't ignore it as just a part of getting older. Tell your doctor. These are messages from your body, faint but insistent, and they are asking you to listen before they fade into a silence you can't undo. Let's move on to reason number 6, blood flow blues or peripheral artery disease. Do your legs often feel cold, wrapped in a chill that won't go away, no matter how many blankets you use? Or do you experience a creeping numbness, a dulling sensation that steals your awareness? Maybe you also have cramps that strike suddenly when you walk a little too far. These can be signs of peripheral artery disease, a condition that deprives your legs of the blood they need. Imagine your arteries as rivers that were once wide and flowing freely, now narrowed by plaque, a stubborn buildup of fat, cholesterol, and calcium that reduces the flow to a trickle. Your legs, starved of blood, grow weak and tired, feeling heavy as if they are weighed down by invisible chains. The pain comes and goes, sharp when you move, and easing only when you rest, as if your body is making a fragile agreement with itself. This isn't just a minor ache to ignore, it's a warning sign. If left untreated, pain can lead to wounds that won't heal, skin that becomes pale and brittle from lack of oxygen, and small cuts that turn into persistent ulcers. Even worse, those blocked arteries don't just affect your legs. They are part of a larger network, and their impact can spread, increasing the risk of heart attacks or strokes, silent killers that strike unexpectedly. But even in this serious situation, there's hope. You can improve your circulation with small, consistent actions. Start with moving, a daily walk, even if it's just a slow walk around your living room as your heart pumps and encourages blood to flow through those narrowed arteries. Stay hydrated by drinking water regularly, each glass helping to thin your blood. Reduce your salt intake, as salt can thicken your blood and strain your heart. Instead, use herbs and spices to flavor your food. Pamper your legs with warmth, soaking them in a tub or getting a gentle massage to bring life back into cold muscles. When you rest, elevate your legs, allowing gravity to help blood flow back to your core. Wear soft, cushioned socks and avoid tight shoes. Your legs need room to breathe. If the cold, cramps, or heaviness persists, don't wait to seek help. See your doctor. Pain is a silent thief, but you can take back what it's stolen. Your legs deserve to feel alive again, energized and warm. Let's move on to reason number 7, muscle meltdown or sarcopenia. Close your eyes and remember your legs as they once were, strong and capable, carrying you through life's adventures, running through fields, climbing hills, or simply standing without a second thought. Now imagine them gradually weakening, eroding like ancient ruins. This is sarcopenia, the silent thief that steals muscle mass after age 60. It starts quietly in your 30s, but after 60 it accelerates, potentially taking away up to 30% of your muscle by your 80s if you don't fight it. The signs are subtle but significant. Thighs that shrink and soften, calves that seem to lose their shape, and a heaviness that makes even short walks tiring. Rising from a chair becomes difficult, and climbing stairs feels like a battle. It's not just strength that's lost, but also independence. But there's hope. You can rebuild what's been lost. Your muscles are still there, waiting for you to wake them up. Start with simple exercises like chest squats and leg lifts, and use resistance bands to challenge yourself. Protein is essential, so make sure your diet includes lean meats, eggs, fish, and nuts. Hit regular exercise, even just a 10-minute walk each day. Rest, but don't be inactive for too long. Your legs are still here, waiting for your attention. This isn't just about muscle, it's about reclaiming your ability to move through life with strength and confidence.